That's fine.
One of the things that Coach King praised you for was your short memory and saying how important that is. Is that something you've had to work on, or where does that come from?
Yeah, I think it's definitely something that I've had to work on. Something that AP and AG are always harping about. Just having a short memory coming in this game. It's a lot of great players that play this game, especially in the NFL. So just having a short memory, not taking everything so personal, and just being able to be ready to make the next play when it's available to you.
You got a couple of teammates who's been out like TJ and some of the other teammates. For you, it seemed like you've gained a lot out of training camp, being in preseason action. Can you kind of speak to that? How much have preseason and training camp helped you in terms of like getting your swagger back?
It's helped me a lot just being out here. Last year I was injured a lot, so I think just being able to practice out here every day with my teammates, something that I'm not taking for granted. Just being able to see it in that perspective from like I haven't really dealt with injuries my whole career. So last year, missing all that time, it just made me miss the game a lot more.
How did you play the Juju Schuster pass? What did you see and how did you react?
So they lined up in a trip speed formation, and then they brought him over. So I just took outside leverage on him. He like kind of tried to give me some sauce to the line, run a speed release fade. And, in the red zone, they teach us to play through the hands a lot of the times because when you look back, sometimes that ball's coming out so much faster than in the open field. So it can be put at a lot of different locations. So really playing through your hands is the best bet if you're not in what they call, a dominant position.
Is that also like a late hand step?
Yeah, exactly. So really at that point, you're just keying the hands and keying the receiver's eyes because, the eyes tell the whole story. Yeah, a lot of times receivers, for the most part, when the balls come in, their eyes tend to get a little bit bigger.
Jeff, can you take us through in your own words what happened on the Johnson play and what you learned from it?
What happened on Johnson play? I just didn't play. I didn't play with good discipline, good eyes, and NFL, the talent is just too big to put the defense in position like that. So that's something that I came back to the sideline, took full responsibility for it. The good thing is it's the preseason, something that I could really learn from. And I think I'll be a better player because of that.
The difference between confidence and playing aggressive, knowing that that play in particular, you went aggressive and it didn't work out in your favor other ways, you could have. Are you still learning how to know when you need to be more aggressive and when you need to play it safer?
Yeah, I think as the more you play, the higher your football IQ gets. You learn when to take calculated risks. So I think just having that happened to me, it was just something like, when you tell your kid not to put their hand on the stove and they do and get burnt, that was one of those moments where I felt like it was really self-inflicted. So I learned a lot from it, and like I said, I think it'll make me a better player going forward.
Coach Campbell said this morning when he was doing his presser that he wants his defensive backs to be aggressive. He's always so take aggressiveness. Does that play into the way you want to play too?
Obviously, yeah, you do want to have an aggressive defensive secondary, but like I said, taking those calculated risks are kind of more what you want to aim for as opposed to just guessing, because guessing leads to explosives, and that's not what we want to build our defense around.
Do you see something new every game?
I do. Just being so young, I actually do see something new every game. So I just have to rely on the veterans, rely on Coach Glenn, Coach Pleasant, to just kind of like fill in that void of, me only being in the NFL for 2 years. I kind of rely on them to fill that void for me.
How was his reaction to you after that play?
No, yeah, he wasn't mad. I'm not saying he wasn't disappointed, but he knew that it was a self-inflicted thing. He knew that I knew better than that. And I mean, that's one of those things that he was like, I'm glad that it happened now, because I want you to see like how big the attention to detail has to be, just to not allow those kind of plays to happen.
Jeff, just walking up the second play, what are you dealing with setup today?
No, nothing serious at all. They just kind of trying to temper my workload. They thought that would be the best thing to do, so I'm just going with the plan that's directed.
Heading into year two, I mean, how much of all you played this week? Just how do you feel? How ready are you for year two? Sort of put last year behind you and show sort of the new you that we've all seen here. Getting to this point.
Feel good. I think I have a lot of confidence going into year two. up to this point. I think I've taken a lot of reps. I've been able to see a lot of different things. And just being around like the whole energy in Detroit's been really great for me. You know, it's been really uplifting. So I'm excited for year 2, whatever it has to offer.
Last one, because we see it out here. Like, you know, it just maybe it feels like back at Ohio State again.
That's what I wouldn't say it's a new dude. I think I'm just getting back to my old self. Yeah, so it's been really good for me. You know, just enjoying the game, enjoying being out here with you guys. It's been a blessing, honestly.
Thank you guys. Thanks, Jeff.
All right, you guys take care. Thank you.
Focus as far as what? That surprises me. This is the NFL. He's going to give up a play. He's a good player. He's been practicing hard. His eyes were bad, and he gave up a play. But there's been a lot of plays he has made. At some point, we got to talk about those plays he has made instead of one he didn't make. All good?
It's a good start.
Well, it was outstanding to see Levi come in the game and do some things that he did because he flashed. He really flashed. You take the guys like Bruce Hector, right, Miles. Those guys are coming around. Young guys, right, guys that we're going to need. Can't keep everybody, though, right? But the thing is, those guys are putting themselves in position to get themselves a chance. That's all you can do in this league is give yourself a chance. So I'm excited about all those guys. I do. Glad to see Pennicini come back off his injury. We're going to get Brock back. Nick's back practicing with us right now. Liam's been here with us. So we're big, we're physical, and we're going to continue to improve in that area, all right, with those guys.
With Derek, I'm wondering how much you had maybe a plan and vision for him when you drafted him, and then you see him in these 2 games. You see how quickly he's adapting, how quickly the playmaking ability is developing. Does that change at all maybe the vision you have for him and how much he could contribute as a rookie?
It doesn't change the vision at all. Especially with the guys that we have right now. The thing that we want to make sure we do is bring him along slowly, right? He still has a lot of things that he has to get better at, and we're going to actually just continue to help him with that. He's been making a lot of plays now. Right? That's what we expect from him. That's where we drafted him. You know, you saw that in college. So we'll continue to work with him, but he's putting himself in good position too now. I mean, a lot of those young guys are doing that, and we're excited about that. So we're going to continue to coach him hard, and we're going to let it shake out how it shakes out.
What does that look like in a regular season rotation? You're bringing along guys slowly. Do you create sub-packages for them? Do you try to get them a series per half? I mean, how does that look for you?
If you're a good player, I'll find a way to put you on the field. As simple as that. But he's a good player, so we're going to find a way. And he's been making plays in the game. You know, like I said, but he still has a ways to go. And I know that the big deal is on Barnes right now, which it should be, right? But you got to just continue to let him make plays, right? Continue to help him get better.
Bigger picture, you guys have a lot of rookies that could be in the mix this year, right? I mean, a couple guys up front, just talked about Derek, obviously AJ in the back end.
Yeah, I knew AJ was coming.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you saw that early, but what does it mean, I guess, long term? You know, what are the pluses and negatives of playing so many rookies?
Well, I would say this first and foremost. I mean, you have to give our personnel department a lot of credit in finding guys like AJ, seeing Barnes, know what Barnes can do. Then with the coaching staff, where we're coming together and trying to say, man, this is a guy that we want to target. Right, so AJ's one of those guys. And when you do find guys like that, man, it only helps your team because that's where the league is, right? Free agents, 7-round picks, 6-round picks. When you find guys like that that's able to contribute, man, it only makes your team better. So we're excited about that player. He's fighting. He's competing still. I know everybody's trying to give him the nickel job right now, but he's still competing. But that's okay. That's okay. I mean, I hope he's not reading his press clippings too much. But he's doing a good job for us.
Big picture, you're comfortable with living with some of the shortcomings that you had by playing rookies?
Well, I said this the first time I talked to you guys and I learned this from a big-time scout back in the day. You can't be afraid of the young player. You can't do it. And he's a young player. All right? If he's going to make plays for us, he's going to be on the field. And we know there's going to be growing pains. Like with all rookies, we're going to continue to coach and get him where he needs to be.
You can't be afraid because of what they can do in the future, like what they will need for their development.
You just can't be afraid to put them out there, right? Because some guys are so comfortable playing vets because they have this. I know what this guy's going to do, all right? But I have a rookie that's just outstanding. Can't be afraid to put him out there. You know some mistakes going to come along with that, but it is what it is.
Is there a concern about hurting morale for a young player out there if they go out there and throw right away?
It hasn't hurt him yet. So the thing we can do is hurt morale if we don't put him out there. Yeah. So that's the morale that we can hurt. I mean, everybody sees it, all right? But, like I said, just continue to let him and Barnes develop, and we'll see where we go. Said it again?
He said about 80% of his mind the roster was set.
Yeah. Well, I want to know where his mind's at.
I was going to say, how's that been? Trying to get this defense together. How comfortable are you, with this, big time play?
Well, I will tell you, my focus right now, for the most part, is, man, trying to get these guys just play hard. Play hard, play within the scheme, and continue to improve. You have Brad, you have Dan. I mean, they're going to make sure they massage the roster and do that. Right? My job is to make sure I give them guys I make it hard on them to who they have to cut. All right, that's what my job is. And some people don't think like that, but I do. I mean, I want it to be hard for us to sit in there and talk about, man, who we going to release this guy because all those guys are playing well. All right, so that's the way I look at it.
As you have those young guys here and they're making their mistakes and they're kind of playing things, how do you keep your confidence up on the sideline and keep them focused up on the sideline?
Man, this is the NFL, right? It's the best game in the world at the highest level. It's hard for, in my opinion, for young guys to know that they're in this situation, for them just totally don't have confidence on making a bad play or not. Because the one thing we will do is we continue to get their confidence up. We're not going to put them in a position or allow them to not have confidence, even if they do make mistakes. It's our job as coaches to make sure we lift them up, right, and let them know, listen, you're a rookie, things like that happen, but it's not okay. It's not okay. I'm excited about that player. I think he's going to do a good job at this outside backup position for us. I think he's his ability to play in space a lot better than what people give him credit for. I would say that. And his ability to get to the quarterback, now it's awkward sometimes, but that's what makes him good. All right. Sometimes coaches try to coach the awkwardness out of you, but that's what makes you who you are. All right. So let him be who he is. All right, because he's going to make plays that way. The thing is, we just trying to tighten up some of the things that he's doing.
Jeff, last one, guys. Primarily in the money on the right. Is there your philosophy when it comes to that?
Well, this is training camp. We're just letting those guys sit in the spot right now. I'm sure at some point we look at matchups, right, and let those guys match up. But for right now, yeah, they're left and right. We're going there and let them eat.
I was just going to say one other thing. Trey Lance, I don't know how much he needs to add.
Man, you don't. Let's get past Indy first. Let's do that, and then I answer that question on Trey.
I feel like we've asked about every inside linebacker except for maybe Beckett.
Say it one more time.
I feel like we've asked about every inside linebacker except for maybe Beckett.
You've asked about him.
Have we?
Yeah, that's okay. What you got?
I feel like I've noticed him a little bit more on the practice field the last
It's hard not to notice.
week or so. And so I'm just wondering how you've seen him develop and what he
Fast, quick, aggressive. The plays that he came in the game and played, man, he showed out, and there were few, but we like the players. Reason why we have him here. All right, so the thing is, he's going to find the ball. That's one thing that he did at school, right? And we see him doing it here. So we're excited about that player, especially on special teams. That's where he can really make a difference for us. All good? All right.